experienced realtor, I've been able to buy and sell thousands of homes. Since I'm local, you can call me directly on my cell phone, 480-409-9999. Again, that's 480-409-9999. I don't work for a big corporation or hedge fund, so I can only buy 3 to 5 homes per month. There are no fees involved, and you can pick your own close date. The best part is I buy homes as is, so you don't have to worry about doing any repairs. Again, you can call me directly at 480-409-9999, or you can go to my website, gosoldaz.com. That's gosoldaz.com.
Del, yeah. Slow-cooked pork carnitas are back at Del Taco. Simmered in authentic spices for hours and loaded into your favorite Del items. Del Taco's carnitas bring that bold flavor you've been craving. They're available in street tacos, loaded fries, a combo burrito, quesadilla, nachos, and even a big fat taco. You can't hurry flavor like this, but you better hurry into Del Taco because they're only here for a limited time. Get your slow-cooked carnitas today, only at Del Taco. Del.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal too, right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends August 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Winning once, that's a good season. But building a streak, that takes showing up. Every call, every claim, every day. AAA Auto Insurance is ranked #1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southwest by J.D. Power, 2 years in a row. And we don't take this repeat for granted, because trust isn't a given, it's earned. Join the millions of satisfied drivers who choose AAA Auto Insurance. Get a quote at AAA.com/quote. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit JDPower.com/awards.
For 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at ChoosePrimavera.com. That's ChoosePrimavera.com.
The KDUS AM 1060 app is brought to you by Law Bear Auto Accident Attorneys. Hurry to lawbear.com.
That's lawbear.com. The bear has your back.
It's the lunch break.
Tuesday edition of the lunch break right here, KDUS AM 1060. Streaming on the free KDUS AM 1060 app. And you can watch us on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you here today on the show. The Diamondbacks dropped their third in a row last night. Bad time to have a 3-game losing streak. I'll tell you why it should not change your mind about what this team should do at the trade deadline. Cardinals back in action today on the practice field, even though it's a little doomy and gloomy out there. Producer Evan.
You can't say that.
How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I am excited to be here. Update. I know you were very curious today. We didn't talk about it in the morning meeting. Secured the U-Haul.
Oh, very good. Very good. Very good.
So U-Haul will be picked up after the show on Thursday.
So locked and loaded, ready to go. U-Haul ready to move your stuff Friday.
Yep. By the way, you can get a dolly for just an extra $7.
Look at you got upsold on the online checkout. This is why you do it online, so you don't have to say no to all the upselling. You can just click a button.
But it offered me a dolly, and I was like, might as well make my life easier.
Yeah, a dolly's nice to have. You don't have a dolly?
I don't have one on hand.
I have a dolly, and I know exactly where it is in my house. I could have brought it to the building for you. Could have saved you.
I didn't think people had that on hand.
I know exactly where it is in my garage.
But, I guess I was going to say I don't move that often. This is now my 4th move since living here, so
I will tell you, when you become a homeowner and you're not just living in an apartment.
You need one.
No, you just have stuff that you never thought you would ever have. You just have it. It's just there.
I think that's very fair. I think if I had more space.
Yeah, whether you borrowed it from somebody and you just never gave it back to them, or you bought something one time that you needed and now you just have it forever.
That's like, we have this hitch that we take to the, that goes on the back of the car that we take to the beach or whatever. It's my aunt's, we've had it for the better part of a decade.
And you have it now, right?
Yes.
That's just what happens in life. Now, I do have to let the listeners of the program know something that could play out today on the show. It could play out as the days and weeks go on. Because Michael, John, Code, our longtime listeners over on YouTube, you've been through this before. We've been through this before. The air conditioning in the KDUS AM 1060 studio.
It is already getting warm in here.
And the control room are down again today. So we've had this happen a number of times throughout our stay here as the lunch break on KDUS AM 1060. It has happened again.
This is...
it's the thermostat.
The last time
is
it
blinking
happened,
at me.
it was like in March,
Yeah,
though.
and you're like, okay.
We could deal with it. This is a tough time for it to happen. I still have that big fan, though.
Oh, is it still in there?
I got the big fan.
That's going to be nice.
Yep.
I don't have anything in here.
So I got the big fan, and by the way, I just thought about it when you said it.
Okay.
So I have not turned it on, so we'll do that during the break.
Start getting some air circulation.
Yes, exactly.
I also think mandatory during the break, got to open the door.
Yes.
You got to open your door.
100%. You have to open the door. You got to take a lap around. I'm going to go into the kitchen.
Yeah.
I decided that I only filled my water enough for one segment, so I can go in, give myself a reason to go in there, get some AC.
Speaking of that, I don't know where I left my water. Is it in there with you? It's a red water bottle. I mean, it's
Iron Man colors. I know.
If it's not there on the table, oh boy,
it's not there.
All right. Well, I know what I'm doing during the
Well,
break.
I had to check over the computer.
Yeah, I don't know where I put that. So I'm gonna have.
I got a spaceship in front of me.
I'm gonna have to figure that out during the break. Speaking of who needs to take a lap, the Arizona Diamondbacks probably need to take a lap reset. 3 in a row they've lost. They dropped the opener last night against the Pirates. I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't be that concerned.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
And maybe I should restate. Last night doesn't change how I think the Diamondbacks should operate between now and next Monday. Concern? Yeah, I think you're a little worried that they've dropped 3 in a row at probably the worst possible time to have a 3-game losing streak, and perhaps 2 of the worst opponents that you could drop games to, the teams that are chasing you down, or at least they were chasing you down when all this started, for that 3rd and final spot in the National League wildcard. So concerned, yes, you don't love losing 3 in a row. You don't love losing 3 in a row at this point of the season. You don't love who you're losing to. You don't love how it's happening. You don't love that the pitching remains a concern. You don't love all of that. But I'm here to tell you today, don't change how you feel about this team going into the deadline. Don't change what you think they should do at the deadline. Because even though they've lost 3 games in a row, they're going to start play today tied with the Pirates, the team that they play tonight, for that 3rd and final spot in the National League. Washington a game behind them. St. Louis, San Diego a game and a half behind. Miami 2 games behind. All those teams in the rearview mirror. The only team you're worried about right now, Pittsburgh Pirates, team you're tied with, team you're playing tonight. Got Brandon Pfaadt today. Got Eduardo Rodriguez tomorrow. Chance to win this series, stay in front of the Pirates. All still right in front of you. So, yeah, horrendous time on the calendar to lose 3 in a row. 2 bad teams to lose against. Everything still is in front of this team. And I think mostly the hay's in the barn, folks. And I know, Code, you're not happy about this. I know there are a bunch of you listening, 480-864-1060, that do not want to see this team buy. What was it, Dan in Scottsdale last week called the show? Told me that they shouldn't be buyers. I get it. There are those of you out there who think this team, it would be a mistake to buy at the deadline. I'm here to tell you, I think the hay is in the barn. I think this team has decided already what they are. We are less than a week away from the deadline. You think they're still sitting on the fence? You think starting play today in a wild card spot, they're thinking for even a moment about selling pieces off? I don't think so. This is a team right now that I think is going full steam ahead into their preparation, into their probably ongoing conversations with teams about adding at the deadline. Now, I'm going to give you another reason why you should be okay with this team adding at the deadline. And remember, when I say add at the deadline, I have never been somebody who thought Tarek Skubal. I have never been somebody who has thought you make a big splash and you try to trade for Francisco Lindor is one of the big names out there that would be a big splash. I have never advocated for the big splash. I have advocated for the small moves on the margins that help this team out. Go get an arm that is better than the arms you're rolling out there in the rotation. Plenty of them out there. We're going to talk about some of them today on the show. Go out, get a lefty bat to add to the middle of this lineup. Those bats are out there for you to go get. Go add a reliever. Plenty of bullpen arms in the different tiers that you can go out there and get. Not flashy, not sexy, not going to lead SportsCenter or lead MLB Network's coverage of the deadline. It's not going to be those kinds of moves. But the types of moves that perhaps if they all work out the way that they're supposed to, we get to the middle of September and everyone goes, Diamondbacks kind of did some good business there in August, didn't they? Diamondbacks had a sneaky good trade deadline. That's what I want all of the commentators to say about the Diamondbacks trade deadline next Monday. You know who had a sneaky good? We're sitting here talking about the Dodgers adding Tarek Skubal. We're talking about the Yankees making 4 or 5 moves. I want the commentator to be like, you know who had a sneaky good deadline? You know who isn't going to get talked about enough today but had a really good day? The Arizona Diamondbacks. That's what I want next Monday to be. So remember, when I say add, that's what I'm talking about. You had a Jeff Passan story. Don't know if it was this morning or yesterday. I saw it this morning, but it could have been a story late in the day yesterday. Passan's been doing a lot of reporting over the last 24, 48 hours. But I think it was this morning. I saw it this morning. That there are a number of owners that are worried that we don't play a single game in 2027. Let me repeat that. Jeff Passan is reporting that a number of owners inside the sport are concerned, seriously concerned, we don't play a single game of baseball in 2027. Now, are those owners playing the fear card a little bit? Are those owners actually afraid of missing games, or are they doing that to sway public opinion, to put some pressure on the players' union? I don't know. I don't know these owners. I didn't speak to these owners. I don't know. But let's say for a second that they actually believe that we are in danger of missing every single game of next season. Isn't that even more reason to be a buyer at this year's deadline? Isn't that every more of a reason when you have a team that's kind of on the fringes to at least buy in a small way to reward this group to say, hey, we believe in you. You did what we asked. You played your way into the race. Now we're going to go out there. We're going to get the pieces to help you, and we're going to let you just run wild for the next 2 months to try to get into the postseason because we don't know if we're playing baseball in 2027. I don't know to the level that the CBA talks are impacting some of these trade discussions. I don't know if it's impacting how aggressive a team like Philadelphia or Chicago is. A team like Milwaukee, the Dodgers trying to three-peat. I don't know. I don't know if it's impacting them. I would be foolish to think that it is a 0% impact. I think it's non-zero. I think there is some level that the idea that 2027 does hang very much in the balance. I do think that is impacting how teams are approaching this deadline. And I do think when you are a small to medium market team the way the Diamondbacks are, when you are a team that isn't going to spend to the levels of all these other teams, and 2027 is not guaranteed, and there is legitimate fear within the sport that we miss all the games. I mean, probably going to miss a decent amount of games, but there are some that think we're going to miss all of the games. Don't you owe it to Ketel Marte, to Geraldo Perdomo, to Corbin Carroll, to Gabby Moreno, to all the guys that are under contract for next season, for all the guys who may lose a year of their career if we miss games in 2027? When you have a team in front of you, I don't know what 2027 is going to look like. We may play all the games. We may not have a problem. But I do know the 2026 team has played good enough, has played well enough is the grammatically correct way to say that, well enough to be in this race and to be invested into for this run. I don't know what the future is going to be. I don't know what 2027 is going to look like. I do know this. The 2026 Diamondbacks have played well enough to be buyers at the deadline. That is what they should do, 3-game losing streak notwithstanding.
I think you put it best when you discussed I know this team is young, but the Ketel Martes, the Corbin Carrolls, how long can you ask them to preserve their prime? And Corbin on the younger side of it, I understand. But as somebody who's watched and felt like the best years of a player have been washed away when you look at what the Angels have done with Mike Trout, you can't be that team that had this all-time great second baseman and weren't able to push the envelope with it. And I know what people are going to say. Is he an all-time great second baseman? I'm here to tell you, from an offensive output, Ketel Marte is one of the best second basemen of my lifetime. And we're watching another year go by that he's going to be a fringe playoff performer. Every time he's gotten in, I still think his playoff hit streak is alive.
I don't know. I'd have to look.
Right? It's been like 20 straight playoff games with him with a hit.
I just look at it. I look at it as this: if there is this legitimate fear that we're going to miss games in 2027, and there's a legitimate fear that we're going to miss the entire 2027 season, don't you owe it to yourself and take your Diamondbacks hat off for a second? If you're any team that is within striking distance of a playoff spot, don't you owe it to this group? Don't you owe it to your fans? Don't you owe it to the fan base to try to get in this year, because we don't know what the future is going to be? We don't know. And I know this should be the conversation every year, lockout pending, no lockout pending, because you'd never know what the future is going to bring. And so when you are on the border, when you are on the cusp of being a playoff contender or not, you should probably lean towards buying, because you just never know if you're going to be in this spot again the following year, the year after that. You just don't know. But I do think the CBA talks do kind of loom large over this. And if I was sitting in the decision-making chair, I do think it would sway me. I do think I would look at it and go, I don't know what this is going to look like. And maybe everything works out, but there's so much uncertainty. What is certain is this group deserves my investment. It deserves my effort level to go out there and get pieces to try to win. And Mike Hazen, over and over and over again, has said, I want to buy. I want to buy. I want to buy. He has made no bones about where he stands on what he wants to do as the president of baseball operations for the Diamondbacks. This team, despite a 3-game losing streak, they're closer. Think about this for just a second. They are closer to the Philadelphia Phillies in the wild card race than they are to the Nats, Cardinals, Padres, and Marlins all passing them. There's a 2-game gap between the Diamondbacks and the Marlins. There's a 2-game gap between the Phillies and the Diamondbacks. So just as close as they are to being 4 teams out of a playoff spot, they are to being the second wild card. I'm sorry. With that information, they are a buyer. They are a team that is going to add at the deadline.
And you look at the Pirates and you say they should be buyers for the same logic. The Nationals, I feel the same way about them. You are going to have probably 3 buyers in and around you. And I'm just referring to the Pirates, Diamondbacks, the Nationals. Those 3 teams all have to be buyers. You assume the Phillies are going to be, you assume the Cubs are going to be. 3-game losing streak or not, this Diamondbacks team has a very good chance of getting into the postseason.
Marlins lost 12 games in a row. They're 2 games out of a playoff spot. Now, they're not going to be buyers, but the reports out of Miami is that they're not going to be sellers either. They're just going to kind of let the chips fall where they may.
Are they going to do the old buy-sell trade?
No, I think they're just going to do nothing.
Yeah.
I think they're just going to stand pat and hope that the group that was good enough before the 12-game losing streak to be in a playoff spot is good enough to help them win in August and September.
See if the Padres, the Cardinals sell, you can kind of pass them, and then you feel like you're in the mix.
Even if they buy, you feel like, hey, this group was good enough to be a playoff team before then.
Yeah.
480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today. Trust me, we got plenty more baseball to get into here on the program. We've also got you over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, pressure. Does it exist on one member of the Cardinals coaching staff? That's next, the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Ready to tackle each morning with the best sports information coming at you?
I'm going to take a logical approach.
Get that weekday mornings on KDUS AM 1060 from 6 to 9 a.m. with the Dan Patrick Show. Dan Patrick, the Danettes, sports icons, sports legends, celebrities, poll questions. The Dan Patrick Show has it all.
It's a crapshoot.
Be sure to lock your dials to AM 1060 or 100.7 HD2 from 6 to 9 a.m. Mornings just got better.
This story is about us.
It started with a smell, a weird one, funky, musty, like your gym shoes had a baby with hot queso. Good God, hey, it's Audrey. And let me guess, you tried it yourself. Big mistake. You left residue, the dirt magnet. It's like putting chapstick on a cactus, just wrong. And in the Valley, if you don't have time for sticky carpets and weird smells and you're too busy surviving the 202 loop, Zero Res can handle it all. With carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, and basically every surface in your home, they can all be Zero Resified. So it's time to call My Cleaning Pros. They actually just recently helped me with my move out clean and did an amazing job. This month only, get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129 plus a free hallway and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResPhoenix.com or call 480-507-2419 and ask for the KDUS special. Spell it backwards or forwards, it spells the same. Zero Res.
I got your picture, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in.
All-time low at the Arizona State Fair, Saturday, October 10th at 7 p.m. Part of the 2026 Coliseum Concert Series, presented by the Arizona Lottery.
Why do all the monsters come out at night? Why do we sleep when we want to hide?
All-time low. All seats are reserved and include fair admission. Get your tickets now at azfair.com. Join us for a state of wonder.
With a Global Credit Card, you earn reward points for every purchase. Use your rewards at checkout at many of your favorite stores, or use points instead of cash when you shop online. You can even use them to book a flight up to 3 days in advance. New York, Vegas, Albuquerque. From groceries to getaways, redeem your way. Apply for your Global Credit Card now at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, your world of financial possibilities.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. From horrible to even worse for Bill Belichick in North Carolina, with word that his longtime wingman and GM of the program, Mike Lombardi, has been placed on paid administrative leave by the university. I don't know what he did or even need to know that the Belichick hiring has been an abject disaster there. Consider what has happened to this dude the second Tom Brady stepped out of the Patriots facility. He wins another ring without the hood, and then the hood proceeds to run the Patriots right into the ground before being run right out of town. Then the alleged greatest NFL coach ever could even get a job in the NFL. And the best he was able to manage was the head coaching job at North Carolina. And now he might even be coaching for that job. As if this dude hadn't dinged his legacy enough, imagine if North Carolina were to fire him. And then if that happens, can we assume that his girlfriend Jordan would fire him next? And then if that happens, can we assume that his son Steven would fire him as his dad? Hey, Hood, coach him up. Coach him up like your job depends upon it, because it probably does. I'm Jim Rome.
When the moments in your life are too important to miss, you can trust O'Reilly Auto Parts to keep you and your plans on the road. Our professional parts people can test your vehicle's battery and even give it a charge if needed. In most cases, we can install your new battery for free. It's just one of the many services we provide at O'Reilly Auto Parts to ensure life's best moments don't find you stranded.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The U.S. Treasury just released its official financial report for 2025. Buried in it is a startling admission. By its own numbers, it appears the U.S. government is insolvent. When governments go this deep in debt, they print money, raise taxes, or cut benefits, none of which can help protect you. That's why people move part of their savings into physical gold and silver. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline, not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
It's the Lunch Break with Chris Schubert.
Jacoby Brissett, a rework deal that's going to pay him $15.5 million this year, guaranteed. This is a fine deal for the Arizona Cardinals. There is no such thing in sports as a bad one-year deal. Jacoby Brissett is a guy that is supposed to get them through this one season, help Mike LaFleur get off to a good start, and then he's going to pass that baton. Oh, by the way, the $15.5 million comes in lower than a bunch of other starters. So among starting quarterbacks, it's either at the bottom or it's close to the bottom.
Live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you here today on the show. Producer Evan, you want to give this a whirl here? You want to test it out? Oh, boy. All you had to do was turn the microphone on and I could hear the fan.
Ugh.
I mean, it's not horrific, but I know that you have the fan on and you can hear it when you... Listen, this is what we got to do. And by the way, it's not just us.
Is it bad?
What would you define as bad?
Does it sound like wind when you're on the phone with somebody who's walking outside?
Not that bad.
Okay.
I would say it's a step lower than that.
Okay, but it's close?
It does sound like you're in a wind turbine a little bit.
All right, I'll turn it off.
No. Keep the fan on. It's fine. I think the listeners understand what we're going through.
I just, let me know in the chat. If you want me to turn it off, I can certainly turn it off. Let me know in the chat.
But this is what we got to do. And by the way, it's not just us. Apparently, it's all the studio rooms in the building.
It does feel like our corner of the building seems to go out more than anybody, but now that it's everybody.
But I got more information.
Okay.
All of the studios, so all of the stations in the building, all of the studios themselves
are on their own unit?
Are on one separate AC unit compared to the rest of the building. Because the rest of the building, crisp in here today.
Oh, speaking of problems.
Okay. I don't like where this is going.
So yesterday, moving out, pipe burst in my house.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
That's not your problem.
So obviously.
And not your problem.
This happens, by the way, I'm here. This happens at 11:45. So I'm here, my roommate's at home, he's packing stuff up, and the toilet is just shooting water. Like a pipe burst, and it is shooting water. So he calls our landlords in a complete panic. I have so many questions. And the plumber came, he got the water turned off. So no harm, no foul. They were very thankful we had somebody home. They thanked us 1,000 times. Because the plumber came, called our landlord, and was like, if somebody wasn't home, this house would be completely flooded.
I have two different drops.
I got a question.
I have two different question drops.
I have so many questions. I got a question.
Okay. I have two of those right next to each other.
I love that. Questions? I got a question.
Okay. The landlord was okay with it. Understood accidents happen. Wasn't like upset.
Yeah, it wasn't our fault.
Wasn't upset with you guys, obviously.
Yeah, no, it wasn't our fault. Very thankful we were there, actually. Our landlord has been great, so no problems there.
Things always tend to happen right as you're leaving.
Right.
An apartment, a house, whatever the case may be, you're moving out. That's when things start to happen.
But yeah, no, landlord was extremely thankful we were there. No serious flooding because we were able to direct the shooting water into the shower.
So let me ask, do we know what caused the shooting water?
Yeah, like a old pipe.
Some pressure buildup?
Yeah.
Speaking of pressure. Who's
under pressure?
There's a Cardinals coach that could be under pressure. This is why they pay me the big bucks for the transitions. I led you right to that, too. You could see the gears turning. I led you right to the pressure on a Cardinals coach. Michael LaFleur entering his first year as the Cardinals head coach. No pressure, I think, really exists there. I don't see a world where he is one and done. I don't think the record of the team is going to matter really in the evaluation of Mike LaFleur at the end of the season. And again, we said this yesterday. I think it's all or nothing when it comes to the GM and the coach next year. I think both stay or both go. I don't think it's going to be one or the other. And I tend to lean towards both staying here at the moment. So I don't think there's a ton of pressure on Mike LaFleur, even though he wants to get off to a good start. He wants to have this offense looking good. He wants to validate why they took Jeremiah Love, number 3 overall. I don't know how much pressure there is on Hackett as the offensive coordinator because he's basically just a glorified babysitter. LaFleur is going to be the one calling plays. It's Hackett's job to kind of manage things during the week while LaFleur takes the big picture approach as the head coach. I do think there's pressure, however, on Nick Rallis. And I think there is a decent amount of pressure on Nick Rallis for a multitude of different reasons. He's the one coach that stayed from the last regime, so he is a holdover. So he doesn't have a ton of ties to this current regime, but he is still here. And so that immediately puts pressure on you because you weren't necessarily handpicked by the coach, even though he chose to keep you on board. There's still kind of that awkwardness there of, am I really here for the long haul? So there's that part of it. But then there's the other part where this team did not invest really at all on the defensive side of the ball. They didn't invest free agent dollars seriously on that side of the ball. They didn't invest draft capital until the fourth round on that side of the ball. And by the way, the pick that they used there, Proctor, he's going to be out for the season. So by bringing Nick Rallis back and not investing anything on that side of the ball, and I'm talking serious investment, what Mike LaFleur, what Monty, what the Cardinals are saying is, we think Nick Rallis is the right coach to get more out of this group. There is more to tap into in Darius Robinson, in Walter Nolan, in Josh Sweat, in the young corners that we've drafted. And this is the right coach to take this group to the next level. Last year, injuries derailed the team. A bad offense derailed the defense. They were on the field way too much. If the offense is better, if the group stays healthy, Nick Rallis is a good enough coach with his own system now, free from Jonathan Gannon, that this group is going to give you more. That's the bet that the Cardinals are making, and I think with that comes a ton of pressure to back it up. Because the defense is the first thing that I think everyone's going to pick on this year. It's the first thing that people are going to point to in a loss. They're going to point to, you kept the defensive coordinator, you didn't do anything, you gave up 30 points. And I also think the way last year ended means there's a ton of pressure. Defense gave up 40 points, what was it, 3 or 4 times after the bye week? I think it was like 6 of their last 8 games was 30 points or more. I mean, the defense wasn't very good, yet you decided to bring back basically the entire unit and the coordinator that was overseeing that group. So attention is going to be paid there. And the moment they give up 35 points, the moment they give up 40 points, Nick Rallis. Why'd they keep him around? Why did they bring him back? They didn't bring in somebody new. They didn't change any of the main pieces on the defense. I mean, the talking points are so easy. We can set them on the table for you in July. So the Cardinals are making a big bet here defensively that Nick Rallis can get more out of this group. And what they're saying is last year was a fluke. Last year, we're better than last year. The raw talent of our coaching staff, the raw talent of Nick Rallis, the raw talent of this group is better than what they put on film last season, specifically in the second half of the year. That's what they're saying. And so I think that puts pressure on Nick Rallis. Offensively, for Mike LaFleur, it's going to be really hard for the offense to not look better than it did last year, for it to not look better than it did the last couple of years. So that's going to buy him some time. And I think that's going to protect him as the head coach. It's going to focus the attention elsewhere. I think Hackett's going to be fine because of that. But the defense, I don't think there's a safety net there, right? Because the defense can be just as bad as it was last year because it's the same group. It's the same coach. It's the same system. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, how about more on the Diamondbacks? Pitching. Where can the help come from for the D-backs? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
The Dan Patrick Show.
I have no problem with what LeBron James did. At this stage in your career, you can do whatever you want. You want to go to Philadelphia because you have the best chance to win? You've earned that right. Chasing rings. But I don't know if you go, I have a chance to decide where I want to go. Let me go to a worse situation. Who does that? It wasn't for basketball reasons. It was for business reasons. And the business of winning another title is what LeBron is all about.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
Motley Crue, the return of the Carnival of Sins. September 16th, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. The Crew celebrates the 20th anniversary of Carnival of Sins. Motley Crue, with performances by Tesla and and extreme. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Motley Crue, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
Twin Arrows. Navajo Casino.
If you're a fan of any sport on the planet, college or pro, then we are right where you want to be.
The place to come when you want to have too much fun.
Real sports fans need a sports book powered by Hard Rock Bet. Follow the money line to Twin Arrows and too much fun.
Twin Arrows.
The best indoor tailgate party in Flagstaff with massive HD screens, cold drinks, game time food specials, and best service is at Arrows Sports Bar. After the game, get back in the game at craps, blackjack, and slots. Now that's too much fun.
The place to come when you want to have too much fun.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Twin Arrows.
Your local Arizona Lottery retailer is full of new and exciting possibilities because draw games just got an upgrade with more prizes, more drawings, and more chances to win. Your favorite draw games like Powerball, The Pick, and Pick 3 are now better than ever. Games start at just $1, so you don't have to pick one. You can play all 4 new and improved draw games today, including the brand new Pick 4 game. Play today at a retailer near you. Arizona Lottery. Love the play.
It's Halloween time at the Disneyland Resort, and Minnie's begun to brew up delights and spine-tingling fun. The cauldron bubbling with mystical flair, summoning spirits that haunt the air. Watch as a giant Mickey pumpkin, a headless horseman, and happy haunts have a ball. Cars Land becomes Radiator Screams. Plus, there are seasonal favorites like Guardians of the Galaxy, Monsters After Dark, and Haunted Mansion Holiday. With tricks and treats at every corner to be seen. Frightful fun for the whole family at the happiest Halloween. Halloween time, August 21st through October 31st. Visit Disneyland.com or contact your travel advisor for important details.
Hey listeners, it's Vince D'Alicio from the Varsity Sports Show. This Saturday, we continue our fall sports previews with a trip over to the home of the 5A defending state football champions, the Desert Mountain Wolves. We'll be joined by an old friend of our program, Coach Conrad Hamilton, and coaches from other sports and players, including our amazing summer team. It's the Varsity Sports Show, Desert Mountain Week, Saturday morning at 10 on AM 1060 and the AM 1060 app, KDUS, Arizona.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060, Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you here today on the show. I think it's fair to say pitching is the bigger priority for the Diamondbacks here at the deadline.
I think that's extremely fair to say. I think it's the most important thing they have.
I do know that there's an appetite for another bat in the middle of the lineup, and I do think that they need to add in that department, but I just think when you look at the state of the rotation, and I think the series over the weekend against Washington is proof of this, I just don't think they have enough starters at the moment to get into the playoffs. I think they have a rotation that's good enough to have them in the mix right now. It's good enough to, at times over the last couple days, be holding on to one of those 3 spots. I just don't know if it's sustainable over the next 2 months to run out rookies like Cole Drake and Mitch Bratt and ask the world of them, because that's what you're doing. You're asking them to not just be rookies that go out there and, eat up innings, but you're asking them to deliver quality starts because, let's face it, you can't afford to lose too many series between now and the end of the regular season. And so some more sure things. Again, Cole Drake, Mitch Bratt, long-term, still love the potential, still love what they could bring to this team. But for this year, I think right now the more pressing need for this team is reliable, consistent, quality MLB arms.
And I think asking those guys to get not only a lot of innings, but a lot of high leverage innings. Like, these starts are going to become more and more important as the season goes on. And then you could be in a situation where you're asking Mitch Bratt or Cole Drake to start a playoff game.
Right. You're not going to play a series after Monday. Doesn't matter who you're playing. Doesn't matter where you're playing them. That isn't going to feel like a playoff series for you.
Right. And that's the situation.
I mean, we're kind of already there.
That, especially this week. Like, you had the Nationals. Now you have the Pirates. Two teams, either tied or right behind you in the wild card. They probably all feel like playoff series at this point. And it's just a lot to put on some young pitchers. They need, I'm not saying high-end MLB arms, but MLB arms.
You want them to go out there and trade for Tarik Skubal. Got it.
No. I
mean, I'd like that.
I wouldn't say that. I would say Joe Ryan. No. But, like, they need guys who have MLB experience and have pitched in some bigger games. Doesn't need to be Tarik Skubal, but I need arms.
The top 5 arms at the trade deadline, according to Jeff Passan over at ESPN, as part of their ranking the top trade deadline candidates, they have Tarik Skubal number 1. Again, I'd love Tarik Skubal on the Diamondbacks. Please do not mistake me joking around about Tarik Skubal being a Diamondback to say that I would not want him. I just don't think it's feasible. I don't think it's likely that the Diamondbacks meet that asking price. He does fit into the box of he is a rental. So I have said that I do believe the Diamondbacks are going to be shopping in the rental aisle. Tarik Skubal is the best rental out there. So I think Mike Hazen would pick up the phone and ask. I just don't think he's going to like what he hears on the other end of the line. I'm not sure he's going to like what the other end of the phone has to say. So that's number 1. Number 2, Joe Ryan. I love Joe Ryan. Is Joe Ryan a free agent at the end of the season? Producer Evan, can you look at that for me? Thank you. You raised your hand as if you're like, I got it. Because, again, I don't think the Diamondbacks are going to add guys with multiple years of control. I think it's harder to do that from a return standpoint. It's harder to figure out the value for that. But also, I think with the impending lockout and the uncertainty around 2027, I think you want your financial books to be as kind of open and empty as possible. And I don't think they want to add too much more to their books right now.
I don't know how a mutual option works.
So both sides would have to agree to the option.
He has a $13 million mutual option for the 2027 season.
Yeah, so
I can't imagine he'll accept $13 million.
Right, he would decline it. I think the Diamondbacks would run to accept that option,
yes.
Right? So, yeah, I do think he's going to ultimately be a free agent. So, yeah, he's also
He's a 1-year, $6.2 million contract, then is the way to look at it.
In the rental bucket.
Yep.
Then you got Reed Detmers out in L.A., you've got Casey Mize in Detroit, and then you've got Sonny Gray as well. But the problem with Sonny Gray is there are reports out there that he is potentially open to the idea of an extension. And the other thing that I think is important with Sonny Gray is the Boston Red Sox are in the race here. So I don't think they're going to be interested in moving Sonny Gray maybe the way that they would have been 3 weeks ago. Whatever the date on the calendar was before they won 15 in a row. I think that day Sonny Gray was available. I think, 2.5, 3 weeks later, Sonny Gray is no longer as available as he was then. And so those are your options. Now, sure, you can talk to Seattle about any of their arms. I don't know the finances on Luis Castillo, Emerson Hancock. They've got a bunch of arms that they could be interested in moving at the deadline if they feel like they're out of it. It's hard to really justify being all the way out of it when you're 2.5 games out of winning the division, and the team winning the division is only 2 games above 500. So it's going to be hard to convince Seattle to probably sell here, but Luis Castillo has got 2 more years on his deal after this year. I don't think that's going to be in the plans. You have Emerson Hancock, who has got multiple years of team control. 27, 28, 29, and 2030. So that doesn't come cheap. Dollars-wise, it does. The pre-arb and arb years will be very generous for the Diamondbacks. But, Seattle's probably going to ask for a decent return for a guy with that many years, 4+ years of control, 4.5 years of control. So right, like Brian Wu, are they interested in moving him? He's got 3 more years of control. Just a ton of guys. Logan Gilbert has 1 more year of arbitration after this year. Again, I think the Diamondbacks are going to be more in the rental market. Freddie Peralta's a free agent at the end of the year. These are the names that you're going to be looking at as potential options for this team to get a starting pitcher that can replace Cole Drake, can replace Mitch Bratt in this rotation and give you the quality. I don't think it's going to come easy.
No, I don't think it's going to come easy at all. And Joe Ryan was the name, that price tag's going to be pretty high. Like, you're going to have a lot of teams looking for a pitcher interested in Joe Ryan because, let's face it, Tarek Skubal, John Heyman reported about 20 minutes ago that a trade looks more likely today than it did yesterday, and it may look more likely every day. That price tag is going to be extremely high.
Now, this year, Joe Ryan, because you keep mentioning him, 21 starts. He's got a 3.39 ERA, a whip a little above 1. He's thrown 114 innings. He's 6-6. Has struck out 131 in 114 innings, so he strikes guys out. He's posted 21 starts. He'll probably get close to 27, 28 starts by the time the season is all said and done. But here are some of the other names. I'm just looking at Spotrac's free agents for starting pitching next year. Let me just read you some of these names. Corbin Burns has an opt-out. Tarek Skubal. Michael King has an opt-out. Sonny Gray. Robbie Ray. Luis Severino has a player option. Brendan Woodruff, done for the year in Milwaukee. Zach Gallen, Shota Imanaga, not going to get traded. Kevin Gausman, Jose Barrios has an opt-out. Chris Bassett, Tatsuya Imai has an opt-out. Jack Flaherty, Jameson Taillon got DFA'd by the Cubs yesterday. Max Scherzer, Matthew Boyd, Nick Pivetta, Nick Martinez, Brady Singer, Shane Bieber, Justin Verlander, Kyle Freeland. Clay Holmes has a player option with the Mets. Dustin May, Zach Eflin. I mean, these are the names that are out there. Some of these teams are in it. Like, Dustin May's not going anywhere. The Cardinals are in it. Clay Holmes would be a decent get, but he's got a player option for next year. He's probably going to opt out, but
who knows?
Who knows? He is coming back from an injury. Are the Marlins going to move Sandy Alcantara? I don't think so. Maybe you call up the... All right, I got a name.
Hit me with it.
You're not going to like this name. Do you call up the A's and see if they would move Jeffrey Springs? I know he's not having... I know he's had a rough go of it the last...
Here's the interesting part of Jeffrey Springs' game, though. And I want to pull this up because...
Because he's been going through it his last handful of starts.
I know he has. Let's look at his splits, though, because I think there's an underlying story here.
Is it getting him out of Sacramento? Is that what you're looking for?
It's not as good as I thought. Early in the year, it was very different. But he has a 6.79 ERA at home, a 5.62 on the road, so maybe I'm wrong. But in March, April, May, he posted a 4.23. June, July, he's posted, above 10. So it's been pretty bad. A post All-Star ERA of an 8.53.
So maybe he's not, that quality arm that you're looking for. But, I mean, he's a guy that's not making a ton of money, and the A's are a team that are, selling, right? But
certainly going to sell.
That's what you're looking for, right? I mean, those are the types.
Is he on a 1 year?
Jeffrey Springs has a club option for $15 million.
Okay. Doubt that'll be picked up.
Yeah, no, I would take the under on that. But those are the options that are out there, unless you're going to be willing to acquire somebody that has multiple years of control. And maybe I'll end up being wrong here, but I just think with the uncertainty around next year that the Diamondbacks are going to be a team that wants to go with more of rentals. That they have more of a clearer financial picture going into 2027. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, is the NFC West about to get a lot harder? That's next, the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Tarek Skubal, the biggest question, is he going to be dealt? And if so, to whom? Why the hell would they move him? Rome? Because he's set to become a free agent. And it certainly does not look like the Tigers are going to be able to come up with the cash. And if Detroit is not contending, there's no reason to hold on to the guy. You're not letting a generational talent walk out that door and get nothing in return, Detroit. You do not want to be the Angels, because look where those losers are right now.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060.
430 people in the Valley died from the heat last year. This summer, more lives are at risk. For someone living on the street, the heat can quickly become deadly. No shade, no water, no relief. This is tragic, and it's preventable. Thanks to you, Phoenix Rescue Mission is providing life-saving water and critical care to our neighbors in need. Help save lives this summer. Learn more at phoenixrescuemission.org/code red.
Santana, Oneness Tour 2026. The power, the energy. Come celebrate your favorite hits from Woodstock to Supernatural and beyond. With very special guest, the Doobie Brothers. Friday, August 14th, Mortgage Matchup Center. On sale now at livenation.com. Santana and Doobie Brothers, Oneness Tour 2026.
Get your to-do list ready. The Home Depot just opened a new store in Buckeye, Arizona. So whether you're making simple upgrades or full-on renovations, the Home Depot has you covered with great prices on tools, materials, rentals, and more. Plus, order online or with the Home Depot app, and you can get it all delivered to your door fast and free. Visit us at 20410 West Roosevelt Street in Buckeye and start your project today with the Home Depot.
You've waited all year for this moment. Make sure you're prepared when you finally draw back. At Shields, we're right there with you. We have the expertise and premium gear hunters need to gain the edge. Right now, till August 2nd, our hunting sale event is on with savings on the best gear. And if you're a Shields Visa card member, you'll earn extra points on every Shields purchase. Gain the edge you're looking for and save this season at Shields.
Ready to tackle each morning with the best sports information coming at you?
I'm going to take a logical approach.
Get that weekday mornings on KDUS AM 1060 from 6 to 9 a.m. with the Dan Patrick Show. Dan Patrick, the Danettes, sports icons, sports legends, celebrities, poll questions. The Dan Patrick Show has it all.
It's a crapshoot.
Be sure to lock your dials to AM 1060 or 100.7 HD2 from 6 to 9 a.m. Mornings just got better.
This story is about us.
Are things about to get even more challenging in the NFC West? Well, it's going to depend on if Vita Vea gets his way and gets out of Tampa. Because yesterday, he reportedly, and I found it so interesting that all of a sudden, 3 different NFL reporters at the same time reported that Vita Vea has requested a trade out of Tampa. It was like they all had the same source, and the source gave them the information at the exact same time.
Yeah, I thought
Funny how that works.
It must have been a group chat.
Yeah, it must have been. Must have been a group chat. Vita Vea requesting a trade out of Tampa. He is unhappy that he has not gotten a brand new contract down there in Tampa, so he's requested a trade. Now, I don't want to. I think I have a drop for this. Oh boy, I had a drop for this. Well, I need to have a sit down because producer Corey does a great job. Oh, I found it. Never mind. Producer Corey, great job. Keep doing what you're doing. Let's not put the cart in front of the horse. They could always just come to terms on a new contract, and that's probably the most likely of the scenarios here. But while they've got that going on, did you see what happened today? Baker Mayfield is showing up to camp without a brand new deal, so they've got that to worry about as well down in Tampa. And I think the quarterback's going to get the priority over Vita Vea, but we'll see. But just in case we do get to the place where Vita Vea gets traded, he is reportedly requested to either go to a California team or the Raiders. Now, producer Evan, you have a journalism degree. You don't have a geography degree.
That is correct.
But I think we can do this. The California football teams. The San Francisco 49ers.
Correct.
The Los Angeles Rams.
Correct.
The Los Angeles Chargers.
Correct.
Anybody else that I'm missing?
No.
And then the Raiders, right? Those are the 4 teams that he would be interested in going to. Half of those teams reside in the NFC West.
He screams Charger.
No, you know what he screams? He screams, hey, Myles Garrett, you need somebody else to help you with that defense?
I just, the way they've been approaching the Aaron Donald conversation.
Hey, Aaron, take your time, bud. Week 14. Just come back really late in the season. We got Vita Vea for the first 13 games of the season. You take your time. You get ready. It's going to be the worst-kept secret in all of football. Worst-kept secret. They're going to trade for Vita Vea, and then Aaron Donald is just going to sit at home, but not really sit at home because he's going to be working out, getting ready, and then he's going to decide, like, week 14, he's going to be like, oh, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna coming back out of retirement, and he's going to be part of a playoff run. Tell me that that's not what's going to happen here.
I don't think Vita Vea will be a Ram. Where are they getting these resources?
I can't say the catchphrase on the air, but you know how they feel about draft picks.
It's not about draft picks. Like, where is the cap situation?
Okay,
there?
let's take a peek here.
They have the highest paid quarterback.
Yeah, they do.
They have Myles Garrett.
They do.
Like, where are to get Myles Garrett? They traded a player on a rookie contract.
I'm going to look up the numbers. I mean, we know that the salary cap in the NFL is just fake. You can just make it up. The Rams right now have $15 million in cap space for this upcoming season. So you trade for Vita Vea. You restructure a brand new deal that keeps his cap hit for this year super low, under the $15 million, and you're fine. You're good. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I don't think he's a Ram.
San Francisco makes sense. They've got $71 million.
I was gonna say I just think the San Fran and I don't know what the Chargers.
$40 million in cap space.
Yeah, I think the Rams are the least likely. And the Raiders, that'd be so funny.
Interesting that he put them in there, right?
Yeah. You just wonder if he has like a place in Vegas.
Or if he just wants to be
comfortable there.
If he just wants to be close to California. Although, what does that say about Arizona that he didn't mention wanting to come here?
Yeah. We're close.
Yeah, we're close.
Also, move the Chargers back to San Diego.
Still in California, though.
Yes, that is true.
They've got some cap space.
Yeah, $40 million, you just said?
Yeah, $40 million.
Here's what I think happens. Are you ready?
That he just gets a brand new deal with Tampa and we just had this segment for nothing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably what happens.
And my question?
And what is that going to cost?
Well, what does he make right now? I think it's $18 million. Well, okay, how about this, Producer Evan? Let's do some really good sports talk radio. Let's take a couple of stories that have happened within the last 24 hours and let's pair them together.
Okay.
Vita Vea yesterday.
Yes.
Requests a trade.
Correct.
What happens today along the defensive line position? What happened in Philadelphia earlier today?
Oh, Jalen Carter gets locked up for a 4-year, $152 million contract.
I think it was 162. I want to be careful. I don't want to short Jalen Carter the extra $10 million. You want to check me on that?
Yep, that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, 4 years, 152.
152. Okay, I just wanted to be fair to.
Deal can go up to 160.
Okay, maybe that's where I saw the
Yep.
6. So Vita Vea right now. Let me
106 of that guaranteed, by the way.
Organize it this way. Jalen Carter's new deal is the third most overall money to a defensive lineman.
Okay.
The practical guarantees on Carter's deal makes him the highest paid defensive lineman at 106. Jeffrey Simmons has got 100. They're the only two that have eclipsed 100. But if we do based on annual average salary, Myles Garrett at 41, Jalen Carter at 38, I got to go. Vita Vea is at 17.7. This is going to be, I'd find the drop, but it would take me too long. This is going to be laborious, but just go with me here for a second. Cam Hayward, Devonta Wyatt, Osa Odigizua, Christian Barmore, John Franklin Myers, Kenny Clark, Daron Payne, DeForest Buckner, Quinnen Williams, Derek Brown, Aleem McNeil, Matabuke, Zach Allen, Milton Williams, Jordan Davis, Trey Hendrickson, Dexter Lawrence, Chris Jones, Jeffrey Simmons, Jalen Carter, Myles Garrett. I think he's like 18th or 19th highest paid defensive tackle.
Yeah, he needs to be in the top 10 at least.
So that's what he's looking for
What
in a new
would it
contract.
put him if he was 10th?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He would get $498, which is what Matabuke got, $24.5
So
million.
you're talking about, at least a $7 million raise.
Yes, on a brand new deal for
It's a
Vita
lot.
Vea. And Vita Vea is 25, so he's still young.
Really?
Yeah.
In my head, he was older.
Because he's just been playing forever, right? It's going to do it for us. Hour number 1 of the program in the books. When we come back, Brandon Fott, more on the Cardinals training camp. But first, buy or sell. That's next, the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Over 35 years, I've seen it all. Car crashes, work injuries, defective products, medical mistakes, lives flipped upside down in an instant. But I've also seen something else, the power of fighting back, the power of winning. Over $30 billion recovered and counting. Size matters, reputation matters, results matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Arizona lawyer will handle Arizona cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
The Smashing Pumpkins return. The Rats in a Cage Tour. 2 unique sets celebrating melancholy at 30 and nearly 4 decades of unruly hits and dark treasures. November 11th, Mortgage Matchup Center. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. The Smashing Pumpkins, the Rats in a Cage Tour, live.
When your auto insurance shows up, every call, every claim, every day, that's a win. J.D. Power has ranked AAA #1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southwest 2 years running. Get a quote at AAA.com/quote. Visit JDPower.com for details.
By the time August rolls around, you've stopped being surprised by the heat. You walk outside, you get in your car, and wait for the AC to catch up. And at the end of the day, the one place you need to be cool is home. Your AC has been running since May, morning, noon, and night. And when it stays hot overnight, it never gets a rest. It just keeps grinding until something gives. At Gettle, we've been doing this for over 85 years. We know what a summer like this does to a system. Call us and make sure your home is the one place the heat can't follow you. GOETTL. We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
If you're thinking you have low T, well, then it's time to start for free. For a limited time, get prescription testosterone therapy with no startup fee only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Hey, just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel older. Prescription testosterone restores your get up and go, so you'll feel like you're 20 again. You'll gain more muscle with less effort in the gym and lose that dad bod for good. You'll also think better, sleep better, and your love life will be better. Look, don't be fooled. Nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. So skip the gimmicks and start enjoying life with prescription testosterone. It's a game changer. Prices start as low as $129 per month. So don't wait. Book your video appointment today and they'll waive the startup fee only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or dial pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain. Red Mountain Weight Loss. Real testosterone. Real doctors. Real results.
The KDUS AM 1060 app is brought to you by Law Bear Auto Accident Attorneys. Hurry to lawbear.com.
That's lawbear.com. The bear has your back.
Hour number 2 of the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060, streaming on the free KDUS AM 1060 app, and you can watch the program over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you here today on the show. Time for a little buy or sell. Hottest sports takes in the Valley, and not just because we are in a room that is 400 degrees. That is not why they are the hottest takes.
I apologize, everybody, about the sound of the fan.
No, I think you're okay.
I think people are getting used to it.
By the way, breaking news, Kirk Cousins named the starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders.
No way. To everybody taking note Thursday. Congratulations, producer Evan.
Is that what you said?
Yep. Yes, it is months back. So, I'll take my victory lap on Thursday. Can't wait for that. With that being said, buy or sell. Last night,
I'm sorry. My sincerest apologies. I'm getting a little frustrated, though. Can somebody make a trade, please?
I knew you were going to be upset. And we'll talk about that in buy or sell.
Can somebody make a trade? What are we doing? I mean, what's going on here? We're less than a week. No one's doing anything.
Nobody's done anything.
It's going to be a mad dash. It's going to be like, I don't know if you're old enough for this. But remember when Black Friday deals, the day after Thanksgiving, you actually had to go to the physical store?
So,
you couldn't just do it online?
Yeah, so
it was a madhouse. That's what the MLB trade deadline's going to be.
I never lived through like the prime, or I did, but I was too young for the prime of that, I think. But like in high school, we would go Black Friday shopping at midnight sometimes for fun.
It's gonna be a bonanza.
It's gonna be awesome.
Who's gonna do it? Who's going to be the first team through the wall?
Maybe the Diamondbacks.
Could be.
Last night's Diamondbacks loss was a huge missed opportunity for them.
Last night's loss was a huge missed opportunity?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the team that right now you're tied with today after losing last night. But you entered play last night one game in front of them, and they were the team that if you win this series, and you can still do this, you're going to be in front of them. You're going to maintain your control. That's what this last couple of weeks has been about. The Diamondbacks played their way into control of the wild card. It went through them. They controlled their fate. You lose 2 of 3 in Washington. You drop the opener against Pittsburgh. All of a sudden, that control's starting to slip a little bit. I'd rather be the team that everybody's chasing than the team that's trying to do the chasing.
100%. 100%. Walter Nolan will be the Cardinals' most improved player this year.
Walter Nolan will be the Cardinals' most improved player?
Correct.
I'm in.
Any other candidates? Marv.
Marv is a candidate. Most improved. Darius Robinson is a candidate.
Correct. I think they just might be wrong on
Isaiah Adams could be a candidate. I mean, I would not pick him, but he could improve from what was a bad year last year.
That's fair. That's fair. I have not heard much from camp.
Again, I'm just you were asking for other potential candidates.
Yes, that's true.
I'm giving you potential options.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. The first larger move.
The temperature in this room has gone up.
It's going up by the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely getting warmer, and we're just gonna have to take laps.
The long sleeve shirt was a bit of a choice today.
Well, how are you supposed to know? Typically, these studios are freezing.
I
think that's our problem. I think we gas the AC in here, and then we burn it out.
I mean, you say that. I never touch the thermostat.
I know.
Nobody touches it. It's set by the people who come and fix the AC every 6 months. They're the ones who set it. In fact, the email goes out.
They have fixed the studio ACs. Please do not touch the thermostat. Please allow the rooms to regulate their own temperatures.
And that's the email that gets sent out every time we do this.
But do our rooms need to be colder because of the equipment?
The amount of equipment we have in here? I mean, you can't set it to... Okay, right now, what is your thermostat set to at home?
72, I think.
I think mine's around that.
Yeah.
I don't know what we set this at.
I don't know either.
70, anything above 74, we got some expensive equipment in here.
Feels like we need to be keeping it at 70.
Okay, but then you're running the air a lot.
That's true, and that's where I think we're running this thing into the ground.
The good thing is I wore shorts today.
Side note,
because usually on Tuesday, because I've got my meeting, I usually wear jeans.
Yes.
I woke up this morning and something was just telling me, you know what, you don't need to wear jeans today for the meeting. So I wore shorts.
I respect that.
And you know what? Maybe I got judged in the meeting for wearing shorts, but I feel really good about the decision right now. I feel great about it.
And now you get to kind of do your victory lap.
I mean, I don't know how much of a victory lap it is. I have to sit here and
in the hot room
sweat for the next 50 minutes.
The first.
Good thing it rained yesterday. What's the temperature like outside? What do you?
You want me to? I'll do it.
I got it. I got it here on my 102, huh? Oh, and then the best part, I click on it.
102. I mean, we are.
I click on the weather app.
Mine says 98.
Mine says 102, but I click on it, right? and then it opens up the weather app, and then as it opens up the weather app, it boom, alert, extreme heat warning now in effect.
Wow.
Thanks.
I gotta tell you, we're really not in a bad spot here. Today we have a high of 104.
Okay.
That's on the lower end. Then
that's not true. My high says 109.
106. What app are you using?
I'm using. What? I'm using my tablet. Is because it's not an Apple product that I'm using an Android-based tablet. That's your problem?
Yes.
The weather service doesn't come from Android. Just like the weather that you're talking about doesn't come from Apple. It comes from a weather provider. What are you talking about? I got 109, 111, 114, 116, 114 as the high for the next 5 days.
Okay. Well, now I'm over at the Weather Channel.
Yeah, what do they say?
They give you the 10-day.
This is from AccuWeather.
Well, how do I change
here we go.
The area here? Please hold.
We've just completely derailed.
You did this. Please hold.
I'm holding.
There we go. So stupid that you can't change it once you actually pull up the 10-day. You have to go back to the homepage and then change it and then pull up the 10-day. This has been quite the saga. All right. Today, 106. Then I have 111, 114, 116 on Friday. Move day, 116.
And Coach says moving on Friday is going to feel like 135, Evan. Hydrate accordingly.
Yeah, I'm going to need
Because you're moving after the show, right?
Yes.
But everything's going to be in the U-Haul already?
Yeah, so my plan
we're
is
just
honestly...
we're just unloading.
It's just unloading. So if I can load it up Thursday night, I can kind of avoid it being really hot.
You can manage the temperature. And then unloading, obviously going to be easier than loading.
Yeah, that's my thought.
And you said that you don't have a lot of stuff.
Sorry, say that again. I'm having headphones issues.
So we've got headphone issues.
Now we're good.
We've got air issues. We got a lot going on today. You said you didn't have a lot of stuff.
I don't really.
What size U-Haul did you get?
I got the 10-foot.
So you got a teeny tiny guy.
Yeah. But it's not the van one, like it's a U-Haul.
Right, but the last time I moved, I got like the big one.
Yeah, so I have...
Do you have the little space above? The attic?
I don't think so. So I have dresser, bed.
Okay.
2 TVs.
Okay.
TV stand.
Okay.
Couch is getting delivered, so I don't have to worry about that.
I love that.
That's really like some bar stool chair, like high top chairs.
Okay.
A bean bag that pulls into a mattress.
Are you doing this alone?
No, I have some friends helping.
This, based on what you're describing, 90 minutes.
Golf clubs. I'm worried about the dresser because that's like 1,000 pounds.
90 minutes.
But I think it's going to be really easy.
90 minutes.
I don't have that much stuff.
90 minutes from the moment you open up the back of the U-Haul to the moment that you close the U-Haul because you're done. 90 minutes.
That's what I think, too. I think this is going to be an extremely easy move.
I think you can do this.
Yeah.
In a decent amount of time to where you're not out in the heat.
The things that are going to take the most time is like... So, okay. Again, sidebar. Sorry, I'm taking everybody away from buy or sell. I ordered my current bed frame from Amazon like 2 years ago, okay? They accidentally sent me 2. So I have one fully in box.
Okay.
So my plan was sell my current bed frame and take the one in box so it's easier to move.
I love that.
I'm getting no bites on my bed frame.
Ooh. No one's out there on the Facebook Marketplace.
No bites. And I've been able to sell everything else on Facebook Marketplace, but struggling with the bed frame. Anyway, back to buy or sell.
Yeah, please.
Which one did I leave off on?
I don't have your list in front of me, so I don't.
Okay, well, we're rolling with this one. The first larger move in MLB trade deadline will happen before 5 p.m. today. I mean, he has lost all the faith.
Right. I mean, I said yesterday that I thought we would be in here talking about a move today. I keep refreshing Twitter about every 30 seconds. This is the time of year, and I'm using my phone as the camera for the show. But this is usually the time of year where the notifications for Jeff Passan are on, where the phone just goes off the moment Passan tweets something.
Exactly. I have them on year round because you just need them.
You just never know when something's going to happen.
You never know. And I have not seen anything. Him and John Heyman. No reports.
Everybody knows that the deadline's Monday, right?
You think they're trying to get an extension?
Yeah, you don't think there's like some big miscommunication and people think it's like
next
September?
Monday?
They think it's September 3rd, not August 3rd?
I mean, they have to know. I can't believe it, though.
We're less than a week, and the one trade we have, Connolly early, Curtis Mead. That's what we've got.
I think Curtis Mead had his first at-bats last night.
Didn't he get hurt, too, in the game?
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. Nick Rollis is the only Cardinals coach that may have his job on the line this year.
Yeah, I think if you were going to put one coach on the hot seat for the Arizona Cardinals, I think your only choice is Nick Rollis.
I think that's fair. With the news of Kirk Cousins being the Week 1 starter, Kirk Cousins will start under 7.5 games.
I wasn't prepared for this today. Standings. Raiders. Can I get the schedule, please, for the Raiders? That's what I'm looking for. The Raiders, please. The Raiders. Vegas. That's where they play. Thank you.
What are you trying
I'm trying to pull up the schedule. Las Vegas Raiders, AFC West. Thank you. Schedule. All right. Week 1 against the Dolphins. Week 2 against the Chargers. Week 3 against the Saints. Week 4 against the Chiefs. Week 5 against the Raiders. Week 6 against the Bills. Week 7 against the Rams. He won't play that game. Week 8. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Week 8 on the road against the Jets. Yeah. Fernando Mendoza makes his NFL debut.
Does weather determine it? What if it's raining in New York?
All right, maybe. Okay. I just look at the schedule, and there's a lot of tough games in the early part that they're going to want to avoid, right? Don't want them to face the Chargers. Don't want them to face the Chiefs. Don't want them to face the Patriots. Don't want them to face the Bills or the Rams.
Wow, that's the early part of their schedule.
They play the 49ers after they play the Jets, so maybe they avoid that. But then they play the Seahawks on the 15th.
It's gonna be awesome though when the Raiders come out September 14th. They're 1-0.
Because they beat the Chargers.
They just absolutely crushed the Dolphins in Week 1. And then they could, they could lose 6 in a row.
Yeah, and then I think that's when you start to get the.
Then you get Mendoza for the Jets, Niners, Seahawks, because that's Jets, Niners, Seahawks, Raiders. Or sorry, Jets, Niners, Seahawks, Broncos.
Code has a suggestion.
Post the box.
Post the bed frame that's still in the box for sale. You'll get bites.
Yeah, I think he's right.
Now,
I think he's right. My day to... Because if I have to move the box, like if the box doesn't sell in time, I'll just move the box and can sell it from my new apartment. So my thought was I'll leave the bed up until tonight. If it doesn't sell by tonight, I'll switch it to the box.
You sound like all the teams at the MLB trade deadline, trying to decide when you're gonna start buying and selling. That's what you sound like.
Already selling.
You're like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait another day.
I've sold a desk. I sold a couch. I sold an outdoor couch.
What is it? All right, help me here for a second. What is an outdoor couch? Like if I go on Amazon right now and I search up outdoor couch, these results are going to be different than what I normally get?
Yeah. I'll show you the picture.
Because I might be in the market for an outdoor couch.
Well, I'm sorry because I sold mine.
I'm trying to.
This was our outdoor couch. You're not going to be able to see it because of the glare. Can you see that?
Well, hold on, because now I have to wait for the stream delay. This is riveting here as I wait for you to
You're going to see it eventually.
Here we go. Imagine thinking that I could see that. No, I cannot see that. No.
Well, that's an outdoor couch.
I am kind of in the market for an outdoor couch.
Put next to your Blackstone.
Yeah, I'm trying to renovate the whole backyard area. Trying to move the Blackstone.
Okay.
I'm going to get some pavers, put it in a corner.
Are you going to go like fire pit or anything like that out there?
So the one corner is going to be the Blackstone, and then in the other corner, I was thinking about getting a small little pool.
Okay, nice.
One of those inflatable pools,
Yeah.
like for adults. Get one of those. And then I'm going to get a TV on a cart. Have
Love
a
that.
roll-out TV.
You can roll it out there.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it, love it.
So
That's all I got in buy or sell, by the way.
An outdoor couch might be perfect for out there. You said that's it for buy or sell?
Yes.
Okay, all right. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, what would a Walter Nolan breakout mean for the Cardinals defense? That's next, the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
It's the lunch break with Chris Schubert.
Jacoby Brissett, a rework deal that's going to pay him $15.5 million this year, guaranteed. This is a fine deal for the Arizona Cardinals. There is no such thing in sports as a bad one-year deal. Jacoby Brissett is a guy that is supposed to get them through this one season, help Mike LaFleur get off to a good start, and then he's going to pass that baton. Oh, by the way, the $15.5 million comes in lower than a bunch of other starters. So among starting quarterbacks, it's either at the bottom or it's close to the bottom.
Live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
It's summertime, and Aleve is here to keep you on the go. Whether it's planes, trains, or automobiles, Aleve's got your back with up to 12 hours of back pain relief. With just one dose, you'll get to your destination and be ready for your next adventure. So pack your sunscreen, your shades, and your Aleve. No matter where your final stop, Aleve will keep you moving. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back this summer. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Foreigner, celebrating 50 years.
You're as cold as ice.
5 decades of hit songs.
Feels like the first time.
Come alive on one stage.
It's urgent.
Foreigner. Sunday, October 18th, Talking Stick Resort. Tickets on sale now at TalkingStickResort.com. All the hits on one stage. Foreigner, celebrating 50 years, live.
Hi, I'm Tom Shane, third-generation owner at Shane Company. As a family jewelry business for almost 100 years, we are known for doing right by our customers. Our legacy of integrity depends on it. Here are 3 things we never do. We never cut corners. Our engagement rings are made to high-quality standards, and we stand behind them with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We never buy diamonds without seeing them in person. We travel to the source, eliminate the middleman, and get first pick of the most beautiful stones. Then negotiate the price on your behalf. We never try to trick you on price. We don't mark up the rings just to mark them down and call it a sale. We offer true value from the start, so you get the best price every time. At Shane Company, we put you first because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. When Bill Belichick took over at North Carolina, the expectation was stability. Belichick's teams have always been disciplined with an ability to tune out distractions. Instead, the Tar Heels spent last season making headlines for everything but football. Between underwhelming play, attention surrounding people's personal lives, North Carolina looked nothing like the machine Belichick built in New England. The roster's been reshaped with roughly 60 transfer portal additions. Bobby Petrino hired to take on the offense, and Belichick's longtime right-hand man Mike Lombardi has been placed on administrative leave. None of this erases Belichick's resume in the NFL. 8 Super Bowl rings have earned him the benefit of the doubt. But college football isn't the NFL. Managing teenagers, navigating NIL, and rebuilding a roster every offseason. Those are challenges. So far, college football has proven going from the NFL to college isn't always apples to apples. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. These days, everybody's searching for ways to save on insurance. Scrolling comparison sites, digging through tips, chasing deals. But Liberty Mutual makes it simple. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance to save you money. And when you bundle, those savings really start to come through. It's insurance built for real people with a team that helps you keep what matters most, money. No hassle, just confidence that your coverage is customized with savings in mind. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local independent agent.
High-quality meat, unbeatable freshness, and family-style commitment to care. It's the Heartland difference. Heartland Steak Co. is your go-to source for premium Midwest meats, delivered straight to your door, including hand-cut selections of USDA Prime and Choice beef. Go to heartlandsteakco.com. Now through August 5th, use promo code BURGERS and get 2 free 4-count packages of premium steak burgers with orders over $149.99. Heartland Steak Co., your one-stop shop for straight-to-your-door Midwest meat. Taste the Heartland difference at heartlandsteakco.com.
The Dan Patrick Show.
I have no problem with what LeBron James did. At this stage in your career, you can do whatever you want. You want to go to Philadelphia because you have the best chance to win? You've earned that right. Chasing rings. But I don't know if you go, I have a chance to decide where I want to go. Let me go to a worse situation. Who does that? It wasn't for basketball reasons. It was for business reasons. And the business of winning another title is what LeBron is all about.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
Cardinals back out at camp, I believe today. And now that Jacoby Brissett has signed his contract, there are other things that we can turn our attention towards. And I think one of the bright spots in the early stages here of training camp is the impressiveness that is being displayed by Walter Nolan. The explosiveness, the get-off by Walter Nolan in these first couple of days of camp has been really impressive from those that have been in attendance, that have been able to see Walter Nolan up close and personal. And I don't think I can overstate it, how big a breakout of Walter Nolan would be for this Cardinals defense. Like, there are times where I think I'm over the top and I think I'm hyperbolic. I don't think I can reach that level with this story, because Walter Nolan breaking out and having the type of year that he was supposed to have as a rookie and developing into the first-round pick that he was and being an impactful player changes everything about how we should feel about this defense. It's another threat alongside Josh Sweat that can be a disruptor. What have we said? The best way for the Arizona Cardinals to stay close to these teams in the NFC West, to be competitive with these teams, you got to be able to disrupt the quarterback. That's the name of the game for you. Disrupt the quarterback. That's why they went out and spent the money that they did going and getting Josh Sweat in free agency last year. They knew we need an impact player, man. We can't get away with middling edge rushers and a group of guys that we think as a whole can be really good. No. We need bona fide Hall of Famers. We need studs. We need guys. We need dudes. So they went out and they paid Josh Sweat. And meanwhile, you can't say that Monty hasn't tried on the defensive side. They've also tried to invest on that side of the ball. First with Darius Robinson, then with Walter Nolan. So far, the results have not been good, but the Cardinals are searching for their own Josh Sweat. Instead of going out and spending money on him in free agency, hoping that it matches up where a guy hits free agency when the Cardinals have money to spend, they're trying to draft and develop their own guys. I give Monty credit in that regard. Hasn't worked out. He hasn't drafted a Pro Bowler yet on either side of the ball since becoming the GM and since being in charge of the draft operations for the Cardinals. But I can't fault him for trying. He's attempting to find those impact guys on defense. He is attempting to find those impactful players that change the entire complexion of a defense that gives you a fighting shot when you take on Matt Stafford twice a year, when you take on Sam Darnold twice a year, when you take on Brock Purdy twice a year, when you face Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay twice a year. Right now, the Cardinals are looking for just a fighting shot, a puncher's chance. And I've always said the way you earn that chance is by disrupting the quarterback. That's it. That's the way they're going to stay in these games. They're not going to outscore these teams. They're not going to, win the turnover battle against these teams. Their way is they got to throw the other offense off for long enough to make it a game going into the fourth quarter. That's the recipe. How do you do that? You get after the quarterback. And so if Walter Nolan lives up to being a first-round pick this season, and he provides that impact, and a quick reminder for everybody, Walter Nolan made his debut in the middle of the season this past year, just like Darius Robinson did. And in one game, you saw a bigger impact from Walter Nolan than you did Darius Robinson. So there's a difference between those two guys. You saw it immediately when Walter Nolan stepped foot on a football field. He just wasn't consistent enough the rest of the way. If he provides that consistency and he adds another element to this defense, now all of a sudden you got something you can work with if you're Nick Rallis. And to pair this with our conversation from earlier, if Walter Nolan breaks out this year, credit should also go to Nick Rallis for working with him, pushing him, developing him, and then putting him in a position to succeed on Sundays where he's able to produce for this Cardinals defense.
Yeah, I think rewind the clock with me a little to the Cowboys game, like the last win of the Cardinals season. That was his first start. I thought he was fantastic in that game. Like, I thought from maybe 3 series into that game defensively, it was like, oh, they may have something here with Walter Nolan. Like, they may have a guy. And there was always flashes kind of throughout the rest of the season, but you're right. Consistency was a huge problem. If he's consistently better, like, you have a defensive tackle, and that changes the complexion of the defense. And you're right, Nick Rallis would deserve credit. It might buy him another year. But you need development out of these guys. And to play the other side of that fiddle is if he isn't good and if it feels like he's going backwards, Nick Rallis deserves a lot of that blame too.
Well, and Monty would deserve some blame for missing on some of the defensive picks that he's made over the last couple of seasons. But I mean, to your point, and to pair this with what we were talking about, earlier in the show, you've got a defensive coordinator that they didn't invest in that side of the ball. And I don't know if this is what they intended to say, but there's partly you can take it as, listen, Nick, we got you Josh Sweat. We drafted you Darius Robinson. We drafted you Walter Nolan. We drafted Will Johnson, Garrett Williams, Max Melton. We drafted you. You have Budda Baker. You've got talent, man. We can go out and spend more money, but we've got other pressing needs. We've given you options. We've given you players. We've given you talent. You got to go out there and do something with it. Walter Nolan is one of those players. And Walter Nolan breaking out is going to make Josh Sweat better. It's going to make Darius Robinson better. Is going to make Roy Lopez better. Is going to make everybody in that corner room better. It's going to make the whole defense better. When you have multiple guys that can be disruptors and get after the quarterback, changes everything about your defense.
It's a world of difference.
Your corners don't now have to, match up and defend receivers for as long as they maybe had to last year, right? We talk about coverage sacks a lot in football, right? Where your corners do such a good job that they buy the defensive line time to get after the quarterback, right?
Correct, yeah.
The inverse works too, right?
I mean, the inverse is way more important.
Right.
It is hard to stay in coverage. You ask me the hardest position to play in all of sports is corner. Like, it is one of the hardest positions to play in all of sports. It's hard to cover people for extended period of time.
Plus with the rules.
And if you can't get after the passer, it is almost impossible to play defense in this league with the rules that are currently set up.
You're basically playing glorified 7-on-7, and somebody's going to get open.
And you'll never win. You'll never win.
So Walter Nolan having a good start to camp, and disclaimer, it's practice. disclaimer, he hasn't done it in a game yet, right?
Talking about practice.
Thank you, Mr. Iverson. The AI before the current AI. He hasn't done it in a preseason game yet. He hasn't done it for long enough stretches in the regular season, but an encouraging sign at the start of training camp, because let's remind everybody, Walter Nolan didn't have a normal rookie training camp. He didn't have the ideal setup to get ready for your first NFL season, just like Darius Robinson the year before. So Walter Nolan is now having what he should have had last year. And so maybe we shouldn't be surprised that he's finding some success now that he's got his feet underneath him. He knows what the expectations are. And he's having a normal ramp up to the beginning of the regular season. But yeah, Walter Nolan breaking out this year changes everything about this defense. Changes everything about how I feel. I mean, I knock this defense at every turn. I knock Nick Rollis at every turn because of how they played at the end of last year. But I can admit that there's talent in this room that if they play through their scouting reports, they're a lot better than what they were last year. They just got to go out there and do it. They got to show it to me. Walter Nolan is a key piece to that. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, the Diamondbacks back in action this afternoon against the Pirates. Can Brandon Pfaadt be the stopper? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Hey listeners, it's Vince Delicio from the Varsity Sports Show. This Saturday we continue our fall sports previews with a trip over to the home of the 5A defending state football champions, the Desert Mountain Wolves. We'll be joined by an old friend of our program, Coach Conrad Hamilton, and coaches from other sports and players, including our amazing summer team. It's the Varsity Sports Show, Desert Mountain Week, Saturday morning at 10 on AM 1060 and the AM 1060 app, KDUS, Arizona.
It started with a smell, a weird one, funky, musty, like your gym shoes had a baby with hot queso. Good God. Hey, it's Audrey. And let me guess, you tried it yourself. Big mistake. You left residue, the dirt magnet. It's like putting chapstick on a cactus, just wrong. And in the Valley, if you don't have time for sticky carpets and weird smells and you're too busy surviving the 202 loop, Zero Res can handle it all. With carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, and basically every surface in your home, they can all be Zero Resified. So it's time to call My Cleaning Pros. They actually just recently helped me with my move out clean and did an amazing job. This month only, get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129 plus a free hallway and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResPhoenix.com or call 480-507-2419 and ask for the KDUS special. Spell it backwards or forwards, it spells the same. Zero Res.
Weezer, The Gathering, live in Phoenix. Playing at Mortgage Matchup Center October 20th with special guests, The Shins and Silver Sun Pickups. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com. 3 incredible bands for one night only. Weezer, The Shins, and Silver Sun Pickups. For more, visit Weezer.com.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Hi, I'm the VP of Play at Harrah's Auction Casino, and it's time to make your summer shine with Summer Playfest. Now through Labor Day, live music, weekly winners, and one lucky guest takes home a brand new Jeep Rubicon. With Caesars Rewards, you could win your share of more than $700,000 in cash and prizes. Summer Playfest at Harrah's Auction Casino. Play for all. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700 or 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Visit the Caesars Rewards Center for details.
Got things
things you don't need? Goodwill can put them to good use. This summer, donate your gently used items and score a 20% off coupon for your next Goodwill treasure hunt. It's a win for your home, a win for your wallet, and a win for the community because every donation funds local job training and career development programs. Drive up, drop off, done. Goodwill, a nonprofit, makes donating easy and accepts almost anything. Find a convenient drop-off location at goodwillaz.org today.
Your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Tarek Skubal, the biggest question, is he going to be dealt? And if so, to whom? Why the hell would they move him? Rome? Because he's set to become a free agent. And it certainly does not look like the Tigers are going to be able to come up with the cash. And if Detroit is not contending, there's no reason to hold on to the guy. You're not letting a generational talent walk out that door and get nothing in return, Detroit. You do not want to be the Angels, because look where those losers are right now.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. Now, producer Evan, can you help me with something? Because you said it, and I didn't want to derail you.
Yep.
But then the YouTube...
Other side of the fiddle or whatever I said.
Is that a phrase?
I don't think so.
You just made that up?
Yeah.
Producer Corey, if you're listening to this Wednesday morning and you are pulling drops for the show, please pull producer Evan saying the other side of the fiddle. Because again, the thought crossed my mind that it was improper, that it was not a phrase, but I didn't want to derail you because you were making a good point, and I wanted to be a good host. But Code on YouTube, uninterested in that, said that need a drop of that, and I wholeheartely agree. Are you looking into whether or not it's a phrase? I mean, good luck.
It's not a phase or a phrase. But apparently it's in a song. You can't say that. So, yeah. Somebody said it in some song.
That's not where you got it from.
No,
Were you trying to say the other side of the coin?
Yes.
Okay. And fiddle, for some reason, is what popped into your head.
Yeah, I don't know. I have so many questions. I don't know how I got there. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know how I got there. I also think I'm going crazy. I see the phone button light up out of the corner of my eye once or twice a segment, and it just blinks and then goes off.
Now, to be fair, AC not working?
You think I'm hallucinating?
No, also learned during the last commercial break, we just got an email, there's no hot water in the building.
Oh.
So we got a lot of stuff going wrong.
See that email.
So, who knows? Could be you're hallucinating because of the heat. Could be it's a real thing, and it's just part of what is a weird day here.
Honestly, not that we need hot water.
Well, that's what the email said. Not that, like, anybody in the building uses it, but just want to let you know we're working on an issue right now.
We're having quite the week here. It's Tuesday.
Diamondbacks are having quite the week. They've lost 3 in a row. Brandon Pfaadt's going to go on the mound this afternoon in Pittsburgh for the second game of this series. And interesting where we find ourselves, huh, Producer Evan? Here we are, July 28th, looking at Brandon Pfaadt as the stopper for the Diamondbacks in the middle of a 3-game losing streak with their playoff hopes teetering a little bit. Just how we all drew it up back in May.
I was just about to say, this is exactly how I knew how it would go, or this is exactly how I thought it would go. I mean, we're at the end of July.
And here we are. Brandon Pfaadt has to save the day for the Diamondbacks. And to be fair, it's kind of one of the best options they've got to try to save their season. I thought Merrill Kelly was fine yesterday.
I thought he was fine. Fine, I think, is even being disrespectful to Merrill Kelly.
Please,
I thought he was good.
Yeah, delivered exactly the start that the team needed.
I didn't think they did not lose that game because of Merrill Kelly.
No, they lost that game because they couldn't score against the Pirates bullpen.
By the way, for those who do care today,
all right,
the Reds have stormed all the way back. Tied this thing.
Yeah, but that's not. I'm not interested in that. I was interested in a certain starter for the Reds.
Got it.
How many innings did he go?
I'll tell you here. Let me go to that.
It's probably not going to be enough for what I needed.
What did you need?
Well, tell me how many innings he went.
He went 5 innings.
Oh, wait a minute.
5 innings pitched.
Okay.
He's 4 strikeouts.
Oh, that was the number I needed. I had a strikeout.
Yeah, and they just turned to somebody for the 6.
I had 6 strikeouts. So it even being a sweat after the disaster of the first inning that it was, where Kyle Manzardo hit a grand slam off of him. But
Kyle Manzardo is not very good.
They're doubleheader today, so they kind of needed Burns to give them some length.
So you thought that is if I know anything about you and your thoughts on baseball, doubleheader, bet the first starter.
Oh, bet the first starter. If you like the first starter, bet the first starter to go deep into the game because they need length if they're playing a doubleheader. And the Reds and Guardians got rained out yesterday. A rain has been washing away baseball for the last 2 days now, where games are getting delayed, postponed. The Mets are playing a doubleheader tomorrow because it already is raining there today. Mess, right?
Rained here today?
Rained here today, although the Diamondbacks aren't playing and they've got a roof, so they don't have that problem. But yeah, so you got some rain entering the plans a little bit.
By the way, Merrill Kelly, of the official stat line yesterday, 5 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, none of them earned, and 6 strikeouts.
Yeah, I mean, again, not a quality start because you didn't get to that 6 innings, and that's really what you're looking for. But I think for Merrill Kelly, you'll take that, right?
Yeah, from where he's been all year, I don't think you can complain that he went 5 2/3 instead of 6.
No, but unfortunately, you can't score against the bullpen. Your bullpen coughs up a lead. You asked me earlier today, just to make it clear for everybody, I am not classifying that as a meltdown. And if somebody wants to appeal me, fine. 480-864-1060, we'll take your appeals. But I'm not classifying that as a meltdown. Meltdown is that word carries like some weight to it. Like you are shocked at what you're seeing. Like it is just an implosion. Yeah, that wasn't an implosion. That was just bullpen gave it up. But now Brandon Pfaadt has to be the stopper because if you lose today, now it's 4 in a row. Pittsburgh hops you. You're looking up at them. You lost another series to a fellow playoff contender, and now you're running the risk of getting swept in this series. So now Brandon has to fill that role today of being the stopper. Now, the Pirates don't score a whole lot. So
not at all.
If the offense can wake up a little bit.
And you have Bubba Chandler going tonight for the Pirates, and he's been very gettable this year.
So is the Pirates bullpen, and they didn't do that yesterday.
True.
I'm just saying. I mean, like, where's the Pirates bullpen rank?
I'll tell you in 2 seconds.
It's not good.
I just wanted to pull it up because I think it's been bad since. Actually, no, it's been better. In July, Bubba Chandler has posted a 3.6 ERA.
He's been good in the month of July. Mitch Keller's also been good, who they faced last night. So,
I mean, listen, that's
the Pirates' strength. Is their rotation. Their strength is they've got 4 or 5 guys that you believe can go out there and pitch. Yeah.
The Pirates rank 24th in bullpen ERA with a 4.55 team bullpen ERA.
There you go.
Some teams in and around that number. The Nationals, who you just played, 27th, 5.23. And the Diamondbacks are 14th.
I was just going to say, they've got to be higher up. Their bullpen's been good.
4.01 ERA, 14th, just below the Chicago Cubs.
Who would have thought that we would have a above-average bullpen to discuss this year when it comes to the Diamondbacks?
Yeah, just slightly above average. I mean, think about their bullpen's been better than the Phillies, who are a playoff team. It's the only playoff team.
It's really the only playoff team?
The Rangers.
Yes, technically a playoff team as they are currently
and the Chicago
leaders.
White Sox.
They are also a playoff team. Those are the 2 division leaders right now, yes.
Yeah. The White Sox and the Diamondbacks are almost tied, though. It's 4.01 to 4.06. They're the next team.
480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, it's all the stories we didn't get to here today on the show. We call them the leftovers. We get to them next, the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
Ready to tackle each morning with the best sports information coming at you?
I'm going to take a logical approach.
Get that weekday mornings on KDUS AM 1060 from 6 to 9 a.m. with the Dan Patrick Show. Dan Patrick, the Danettes, sports icons, sports legends, celebrities, poll questions. The Dan Patrick Show has it all.
It's a crapshoot.
Be sure to lock your dials to AM 1060 or 100.7 HD2 from 6 to 9 a.m. Mornings just got better.
This story is about us.
My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade 2026. Live at Chase Field, September 6th, 2026. With special guest, Jimmy Eat World. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit mychemicalromance.com.
Shane Company. As a family jeweler for almost 100 years, we're known for doing right by our customers. Our legacy of integrity depends on it. We stand behind our engagement rings with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We handpick the most beautiful diamonds, then negotiate for the best price. At Shane Company, we put you first because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Orthopedic care. At Brazos Health, we believe these two words are better together. When joint pain postpones a walk with friends or halts a weekend hike, recruit our orthopedic physicians, surgeons, and physical therapists to join your team. From our minimally invasive advanced technology designed to improve patient outcome to our comprehensive rehabilitation program, start your journey to a pain-free life. Find your partner in care at abrazohealth.com/orthopedics.
Del, yeah. Slow-cooked pork carnitas are back at Del Taco. Simmered in authentic spices for hours and loaded into your favorite Del items. Del Taco's carnitas bring that bold flavor you've been craving. They're available in street tacos, loaded fries, a combo burrito, quesadilla, nachos, and even a big fat taco. You can't hurry flavor like this, but you better hurry into Del Taco because they're only here for a limited time. Get your slow-cooked carnitas today, only at Del Taco. Del, yeah.
It's the lunch break with Chris Schubert.
Jacoby Brissett, a rework deal that's going to pay him $15.5 million this year, guaranteed. This is a fine deal for the Arizona Cardinals. There is no such thing in sports as a bad one-year deal. Jacoby Brissett is a guy that is supposed to get them through this one season, help Mike LaFleur get off to a good start, and then he's going to pass that baton. Oh, by the way, the $15.5 million comes in lower than a bunch of other starters. So among starting quarterbacks, it's either at the bottom or it's close to the bottom.
Live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Back here, wrapping up today's edition of the show. Thanks for hanging out with us. Today's show kind of flew by. Kind of surprised. Tuesday, not usually the show that flies by. And the heat was a problem during the show. I did not have a good feeling that this show would fly by, but it did. Here we are, leftovers. Producer Evan, what do you got for us?
Congratulations to Justin Herbert. Finally gets his ring. He got engaged yesterday. You can't say that.
Can't say that. I mean, here we go. Producer Evan continuing his crusade against Justin Herbert. Instead of, congratulating Justin on being engaged, on a pathway to being married, you want to take a cheap shot.
I did congratulate him.
It was a cheap shot.
It was not.
You said he finally got his ring. That's what you said.
Yes, they've been dating for a long time.
A cheap shot.
But it's not a cheap shot.
Congratulations.
There was no malintent there towards Justin Herbert.
Now, I'm here to tell you, his fiance Madison Beer, you can't change her name. I mean, it's a great name.
It's a fantastic name. You can't change. She also has her own kind of fan base and
she's
following is what I was looking for.
Pretty
big time celebrity,
decently well-known singer. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you can't change the name.
No, there's just no.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Justin.
Remember Seth Beer, by the way?
Former Diamondbacks prospect.
Yes.
He was part of the Zach Greinke trade.
Correct.
I believe.
Correct. How about this? Ready? So Seth Beer, I was in college. I think it was a junior because I was 21. And Seth Beer hit the walk-off home run.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Probably the best moment of his career.
And the next night at the Diamondbacks game, they gave out free beer.
Yeah, I mean, it was just great marketing by the Diamondbacks.
I immediately bought a ticket. I went. So thank you, Seth Beer.
Yeah, it was Seth Beer, J.B. Bukowskis, Corbin Martin, and Josh Rojas for Zach Greinke.
Yeah, the only time you've heard any of those names was Seth Pierce walk-off homer.
Josh Rojas was
He's an okay player.
a decent role player for the Diamondbacks. Utility infielder.
Falls in the meh category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played for your team last year.
Did he really?
He played for the Phillies, yes.
By the way, the Bills released these new jerseys yesterday.
Yep.
I have thoughts.
Okay. Do you want my thoughts?
Yes.
You know my stance on this.
Yeah. Okay.
I have not met a jersey.
Once you hear what I'm gonna say, I think you're gonna dislike them more. I think they look like the 1966 Batman costume in these.
That's oddly specific.
Yes, but I saw a meme that now I can't unsee
1966.
Yep.
Batman. It does kind of look like that. It does kind of look like that. I like them. Can I tell you what I like the most about them?
Yeah.
The helmets.
The helmets aren't bad.
The helmets are really nice.
The Bills have good jerseys.
I think, here's what I'll say. I like them. It feels weird for them to do a gray jersey.
Yeah.
I think that's what has a lot of people upset about the jersey. But I think if we were just looking at it as a neutral, is this jersey good or bad? Good. It's good.
I think it's bad.
Okay.
By the way, we didn't have time to do this yesterday, but
so here we are again discussing a jersey where I like them and you don't. It's a day that ends in Y.
We do the same go around. By the way, stand on business that the Chargers, that jersey, the yellow one, it's too much. Could be good. The yellow pants with it, not a fan. Okay. Too much yellow.
Okay.
Want to congratulate some of the Cooperstown nominees from Sunday.
Yes.
We forgot to do this yesterday. The inductees, Carlos Beltran, Andrew Jones, and Jeff Kent, a second baseman and two center fielders, enter Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York.
3 super deserving candidates to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I agree. Couldn't believe Andrew Jones and Jeff Kent weren't in yet.
So the thing with Jones is you're putting a lot on the defense. The overall offensive numbers are not standout, over the top, wow you type offensive
Are they
numbers.
not?
They're good. I'm not taking anything away from Andrew Jones. They're good. But they're not great.
He's a 254 hitter with a 434 homers.
You see what I'm saying?
An 823 OPS guy. Yeah, he's good.
Good, not great, right? Not a career 270, 280, 290 hitter. Not somebody who hit 500 homers. Not somebody who had a career OPS over 900. Was a really good outfielder offensively.
I mean, 10 straight gold gloves.
And that's why he's a Hall of Famer. Because for 10 years, you didn't stand a chance of winning the award. I don't care how well you played defensively. You weren't Andrew Jones.
Yeah. And then Jeff Kent, he gets in.
Well, I think part of it is he plays for a bunch of different teams. When he was really, really, really good was when he was with San Francisco?
Yeah, you look at that 97 to, let's call it, 2002 stretch where he finishes 8th, 9th, 26th, wins an MVP, 6th and 6th in the MVP
and that's
voting.
That's all in San Francisco, right?
It's all in San Francisco. He does have another couple great years in Houston.
Right, but I'm talking about San Francisco because who else is there?
Yeah, Barry Bonds.
So even though he wins an MVP, he's overshadowed by the guy who has the most home runs in the history of the sport.
Yes.
So that's what makes it take a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, in 2000 he wins the MVP. He hit 334. He hit 33 homers. I mean, a 1,000 OPS. Man, him and Bonds in the middle of that lineup, it's like, oof.
Yeah.
And then the last one was Carlos Beltran, who I think there was no questions he was getting it.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year, right, with the Royals?
Yeah, I'll go through the career here for Beltran.
Was a key part of the Astros their run to World Series in 2004, I believe.
Yeah, I was watching the ceremony. They read out his playoff stats, and I want to bring them up to you.
Yeah.
So he played in the playoffs for 7 years. 7 times he made it. In that time frame, he has a .307 batting average, a .412 on base percentage, a .609 slug. He's an over 1,021 OPS. In his 65 games, he has 16 homers.
Yeah, he was great. And it was a great celebration of the sport, and congratulations to those 3 gentlemen. That's going to do it for us here on the program. Jim Rome's coming up next. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Everybody, have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.